we go, it's time again for another silly season update from your man Freddie B with my new Kim Illman bucket hat. I'm going to take this off, but if you want one, go to kimillman.com and get yourself this fabulous Formula One bucket hat from the premier photographer in Formula One, Kim Illman. So let's put that away. Let's talk about who needs a ride. Going through my notes, there are 9 people that need a ride next year. There are teams that are all set, but here is what is currently happening as we go towards the Spanish Grand Prix. Mercedes still needs a driver. Aston Martin might need a driver. Red Bull V-Carb needs a driver. Haas, 2 drivers. Alpine, 2 drivers. Williams, 1, and Sauber, 1. So that's a total of 9 positions to fill in Formula One as the silly season boils down towards the winter, or pardon me, boils down towards the summer break as we go forward. Everybody seems to be waiting on Carlos Sainz, who is one of the drivers who is out. So who needs a ride for next year? Well, Carlos Sainz needs a ride. Pierre Gasly, his contract is up, as is Esteban Ocon's. We already know that Ocon is leaving Alpine. Gasly's up. Magnussen's contract is up. Daniel Ricciardo's contract is up. Logan Sargent, Zhou Guanyu, and Valtteri Bottas, their contracts are up. That's 8. And then the kind of wild card in this is Lance Stroll as to whether he's going to return to Aston Martin or go do something else. He has the luxury where he doesn't need to worry about where his next meal's coming from. I don't think any of these guys do, quite frankly. But, you know, he's still a competitive guy. And remember this, folks. Whether you like them or you dislike them, any of these drivers, they're all very talented. And given the fact that they had to actually earn their way in, whether it was daddy's money or not, makes no difference. You still got to be fast. Remember, in racing, you got to learn 3 things. You got to learn how to go fast. You got to learn how to race, and then you've got to learn how to win. And even these guys who have gotten to Formula One have been winning at lower levels, even though they may not be with a winning team in Formula One. A lot of times, as we've discussed before, a lot of that has to do with the car and not the driver. So, who's outside looking in for next year? There are 3 drivers that come to mind. There's Oliver Behrman, who is a backup driver for Ferrari. There's Liam Lawson, who's a Red Bull backup driver. And there's Kimi Antonelli, who's currently in F3 or F2. He's going to turn 18. A lot of rumors have him going to Williams almost immediately after he gets to his 18th birthday. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. Okay, so those are all the players. So you've got 9 players, you have 12 players for 9 slots. There's 3 people that are probably going to be gone. This is just my thought. Nothing is determined yet. But I think the ones that will not be in Formula One next year, and this is nothing against them, it's just the way it works out, is Kevin Magnussen, I think, will be gone. I think Logan Sargent will be gone. And I think Zhou Guanyu will be gone. And so that leaves the rest of the guys moving around. So, where's everybody going to go, I guess is the question, because as silly season hits into high gear, you got to figure out what's what. So here are my predictions for who's going where, or possibilities, if you will. These are Freddie Bz Pathetic picks. Again, remember always that these are pathetic. But here's what I think is going to happen here. I think Mercedes, again, want Kimi Antonelli. If you want Kimi Antonelli, then you've got to wait till he's 18, which is happening, I believe, in July. But I don't think you want to put him in with Russell. Russell's got to prove that he can be the team leader there. So I think you put Antonelli maybe with another team for a year. I was thinking I might put him in Formula 2 for a year, let him sit, let him learn, but maybe he goes with another team. So let's think about that for one moment. Okay, so who does Mercedes get? They get a 1-year driver. Do they bring Bottas back? Do they bring Sainz in for a year and let Sainz come in and give him a 1-year deal, knowing that he would probably maybe go somewhere else? Or that he becomes the team leader of that, and maybe they throw Russell out, who knows. Or there was a rumor that maybe Ocon Esteban Ocon goes to Mercedes for a year, keeps that seat warm for Antonelli, and then maybe he retires. So those are three things for Mercedes to consider. As we go to Aston Martin, again, Stroll. Stroll could stay next year. Honda's coming in. Yuki re-signed, but Honda would probably like Yuki to stick with Honda and go to Aston Martin. So it would be Aston Martin's first choice, maybe to get Yuki, should Lance Stroll decide that either 2025 is his last year or he's not going to race next year. Or could maybe Daniel Ricciardo go there because he is in jeopardy of losing his job, even though people are pretty pleased with how he's been doing in the last several weeks, and he is definitely on the rise. Again, all these guys are pretty good. Okay, Red Bull V-Carb has Yuki signed. Who are they going to put in? Liam Lawson. I'm pretty sure Liam Lawson's going to take that seat. Yuki has matured to a point where maybe he can be the team leader. He's quicker than Ricciardo right now, and he might be somebody that Liam Lawson might learn some. So Yuki will be in his fourth year, Liam in his first. It'll be a good team dynamic. They're also close enough in age. They know each other. I think that would be helpful for them. Haas needs two drivers. Okay, Magnussen's gone. Hulk's going to Kick Sauber Audi. So Haas, I think, goes with Oliver Behrman. Remember, Oliver Behrman raced for Ferrari, raced for Sainz, came in 7th. He's still 12th in the. He's only raced in one race, and he's still 12th in the driver's standings, which is amazing. But Oliver Behrman, with that 7th place finish, has pretty much proven that he can take a fast car and do pretty well with it. So there's one. Who do you put with Behrman to teach him, to help guide him? It's not that he needs talent. He needs to learn to race in Formula One. He knows how to go fast. He knows how to win because he's a winner. How do you race in F1? Do you put Bottas there? Do you take Bottas, who probably is in the denouement of his career? He's on the downside. He doesn't want to last too much longer. You give him a 1-year, 2-year deal, and you put him there to teach Ollie Berman, or maybe Daniel Ricciardo goes over to Haas. So there's another aspect to look at there. And then finally you have Williams, where I think Kimi Antonelli might end up for a year. I think he sits there with Alex Albon, who's a mature driver. Again, the mature driver teaching the younger driver the ropes would be good. He's only an 18-year-old kid. Alex Albon has proven that he's a winner. All you have to do is look at his girlfriend. Just kidding. She is beauty. Or do you put it or do you give Bottas that seat, who can help develop that Williams car? He's familiar with that Mercedes engine. He did run for Mercedes, and he's a 10-race winner. Or finally, do you go with Sainz, which all the rumors seem to be pointing that Sainz is going to sign with Williams and go there. So again, if that happens, then what do we do with Kick Sauber? Because Sauber needs a driver. So who's going to be that driver if Sainz goes with Ferrari? That's the big thing. Do you take somebody like Bottas, who can develop a car? Do you take somebody who might be young? I don't know, maybe Ricciardo. I don't know, maybe Liam Lawson. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to be Magnussen or Joe Granu or Logan Sargent. And that is my way of thinking. So that's kind of what's happening in silly season right now. Thanks a lot for watching. See ya.